Have you ever seen a line of dominoes fall? One small domino can knock down a much larger one. This is the power of small actions. Welcome to this quick yet powerful breakdown of Atomic Habits by James Clear. Let's dive in. Just like dominoes, our habits have a powerful effect. Small changes done consistently create big results over time. This is the magic of Atomic Habits. Think about a small habit like drinking a glass of water each morning. It seems insignificant, but over time it can lead to better health. This is just one example. Every area of life can be improved with tiny habits. To build good habits, we need to understand how they work. Habits are the small decisions you make and actions you perform every day. According to researchers at Duke University, habits account for about 40% of our behaviors on any given day. This means that if we can change our habits, we can change our lives. Every habit, good or bad, follows 4 steps: cue, craving, response, reward. These steps form a feedback loop that is responsible for all of our habits. Understanding this loop is crucial for making any kind of behavior change. First, the cue. This is the trigger that starts the habit. It could be something as simple as your alarm clock ringing in the morning, a notification on your phone, or even a sticky note reminder you left for yourself. The cue can be a time of day, a specific location, or an emotional state. For example, seeing the sunrise might cue you to go for a morning run, being at the gym might cue you to start your workout, or feeling anxious might cue you to start a calming routine. Second, craving. This is the desire you feel after the cue. It's the motivational force behind every habit. Without some level of motivation or desire, without craving a change, you have no reason to act. You crave the reward the habit brings. For instance, you might crave the feeling of accomplishment after completing a task, the taste of a delicious meal, or the applause and recognition from others. Third, response. This is the action you take, the habit itself. It's the actual behavior you perform, whether it's exercising, writing, or brushing your teeth. The response is dependent on how motivated you are and how much friction is associated with the behavior. Finally, reward. This is the good feeling you get after the habit. The reward serves 2 purposes. It satisfies your craving and it teaches you which actions are worth remembering in the future. It satisfies your craving and reinforces the habit. Over time, if a behavior is followed by a satisfying reward, it becomes more automatic. This is how habits are formed and solidified. Understanding these laws helps us build good habits and break bad ones. By identifying the cues, cravings, responses, and rewards in our own lives, we can design our habits to work for us, not against us. Let's see how. The first law is to make the cue obvious. We need to make our good habits stand out. One way is to use habit stacking. This means linking a new habit to an existing one. For example, after I brush my teeth, I will meditate for 1 minute. Another way is to make cues visible. Put your running shoes by the door or prepare healthy snacks in advance. By making cues obvious, we make it easier to start our desired habits. Section 4, make it attractive. Turn your habits into things you crave. In this section, we will explore how to transform your habits into activities you genuinely look forward to. By making your habits more appealing, you can significantly increase your chances of sticking to them. We are more likely to do things we enjoy. When we find pleasure in an activity, it becomes less of a chore and more of a delight. This is a fundamental principle of human behavior. If you can find a way to make your habits enjoyable, you will naturally be more inclined to do them regularly. This is where the second law of behavior change comes in. Make it attractive. The more attractive a habit is, the more likely you are to stick with it. But how do you make a habit attractive? It starts with understanding what motivates you and leveraging those motivations to your advantage. One way to make a habit more attractive is through a technique called temptation bundling. This involves pairing a habit you need to do with one you want to do. By combining something you should do with something you enjoy, you create a positive association that makes the habit more appealing. For instance, if you need to exercise but find it hard to get motivated, you could pair your workout with listening to your favorite music or podcast. This way, you look forward to the enjoyable activity, and the habit you need to develop becomes more attractive. For example, while I listen to my favorite podcast, I will go for a walk. This simple strategy can transform a mundane task into something you eagerly anticipate. Over time, the positive feelings associated with the enjoyable activity will spill over into the habit you are trying to build. Another effective method is to join a group where your desired habit is the norm. When you surround yourself with people who regularly engage in the habit you want to develop, it becomes easier to adopt that behavior yourself. Social influence is a powerful motivator. Surround yourself with people who support your goals. Being part of a community that shares your aspirations can provide the encouragement and accountability you need to stay on track. Whether it's a fitness group, a book club, or a professional network, the right community can make a significant difference. By making habits attractive, we increase our motivation to do them. When we find joy and satisfaction in our daily routines, we are more likely to stick with them in the long run. So take the time to identify what makes your habits enjoyable and leverage those elements to create a more fulfilling and sustainable lifestyle. Section 5. Make it easy. Remove the roadblocks to success. The third law is to make it easy. We need to remove any friction that prevents us from starting a habit. One way is to use the 2-minute rule. Break down a daunting task into something that takes 2 minutes or less. Instead of exercise for 30 minutes, start with, put on my workout clothes. Another way is to prepare your environment. Lay out your workout clothes the night before, or pre-chop vegetables for healthy snacks. By removing obstacles, we make it more likely that we'll stick to our habits. Section 6. Make it satisfying. The power of positive reinforcement. The final law is to make it satisfying. We need to reward ourselves for doing the habit. This reinforces the behavior and makes us want to repeat it. Tracking your progress is a great way to make habits satisfying. Use a habit tracker, journal, or app to visualize your success. Another way is to celebrate small wins. Acknowledge your accomplishments, no matter how small. By making habits satisfying, we increase the chances of sticking with them long term. Section 7. Become the architect of your life. The power of identity-based habits. True behavior change goes beyond simply changing your actions. It's about transforming the very core of who you are. When you focus solely on actions, you might see temporary results. But when you shift your focus to your identity, the change becomes lasting and profound. It's about changing your beliefs about yourself. When you start to see yourself in a new light, your actions naturally align with this new identity. This is the essence of identity-based habits. They are not just about doing different things, they are about becoming a different person. This is the power of identity-based habits. They allow you to create a new narrative for yourself, one that aligns with your deepest values and aspirations. Instead of focusing on what you want to achieve, focus on who you want to become. This shift in perspective can be incredibly empowering. Instead of focusing on what you want to achieve, focus on who you want to become. Ask yourself, who is the person I want to be? And then start taking actions that align with that identity. This approach not only makes the process more enjoyable, but also more sustainable. Do you want to be a healthy person? If so, start by adopting the habits of a healthy person. This means making choices that a healthy person would make, like eating nutritious foods, exercising regularly, and getting enough sleep. Each small action reinforces your new identity. A writer, a morning person, whatever identity you aspire to, start by taking small steps that align with that identity. Write a little every day if you want to be a writer. Wake up a bit earlier each day if you want to be a morning person. These small actions add up over time. Once you decide who you want to be, start acting like that person. The more you act in alignment with your desired identity, the more it becomes ingrained in you. This is how lasting change happens. It's not about willpower, it's about identity. Every time you choose a healthy meal, you reinforce your identity as a healthy person. Every time you write, you reinforce your identity as a writer. These small actions might seem insignificant in the moment, but they are powerful because they shape your identity. Remember, small changes made consistently can lead to remarkable results. It's the compound effect of these small actions that leads to significant transformation. Celebrate your small wins because they are the building blocks of your new identity. Start small, stay consistent, and enjoy the journey of becoming the best version of yourself. Embrace the process and remember that every small step you take is a step towards your new identity. The journey of self-improvement is a marathon, not a sprint. Enjoy every moment of it. And that's Atomic Habits in 8 minutes. Remember, small habits = big results. Which habit will you build first? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And always remember, your inner journey shapes your outer world.